Hello people, thank you for joining me, and today I'm going to continue working on my Skybox. And if I run what I got, you can see, actually, you know what? I'm gonna, before I show off what I got, I'm gonna disable the game rendering so we can just focus on what I want to focus on. Oops, whoa, 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 wrong button there. There we go. Okay, so there's my Skybox. I mean, it's literally just a box right now. And you notice it has my text texture on there, my debug text texture, because before I left off last time, I never set the texture for the cube map, the texture cube. So that's just only one of the many things I got wrong. So yeah, that's basically my goal today, is to get all that working. So the first thing I would like to do is see, I don't know. I was actually thinking about it, and the way I was setting up the renderer is not quite how I wanted to do it. I ended up going back and looking at some old OpenGL code that I wrote, and just kind of remind myself how skyboxes are done, or at least how I did it in the past. And yeah, I didn't do it like this at all, actually. So to be honest, I don't even need UV coordinates, and I'll explain why in a minute. But there was something. Oh yeah, so I first wanted to set the proper shader resource. Yeah, so I'm skipping that entirely, so I should probably do that. So this is using the context. I want to call ps set shader resources. Start slot 0. There's only one view, and we're going to use the Skybox renderer dot. Well, so I'm not going to use the default one because it's not always going to be the default one. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this out of the way. Close that. Yeah, so I want to actually make a current texture. So I got the default texture here. So that'll be, if you don't have a texture set, it'll use this one. But more often than not, you're probably going to provide your own. Or I'm going to provide my own. So this is current. So the current texture will be there. So when I initialize everything, I just want to make sure I set the Skybox renderer's current texture equal to the default one. So that way, if you don't set one, it'll automatically get set for you. And just looking at this, I realize this is the wrong thing. This is supposed to be, this is supposed to be the default texture there. So that now, yeah, so now here I'm going to use the current texture. But I need to cast everything. There we go. Okay, so now it's just red because I think that's what I'm telling my shader to render it as. No, I am actually using the texture, but oh, it's not supposed to be a texture 2D anymore. It's a texture cube. I don't think that's going to do anything. Yeah, so now it's giving me all kinds of errors, but I think it's fine because I wanted to actually get rid of this altogether. And since it's a cube, I completely forgot that the texture, I mean, not the texture, but the UV coordinates are going to be 3-dimensional because I need to know not only where the X and Y location is, but what face I'm talking about, and that's going to be the Z coordinate. So I want to change that. And you know what I just realized? After all of this time, for all of my shaders, I didn't have to, I could just use the same struct because it's the exact same thing. Oh, I'll fix that later. In fact, I'll add it to the to-do list. Cleanup. It's not really an optimization there or anything. I'll put it in a cleanup. Combine the, what is it? Pixel input, vertex output, yeah. And pixel input structs in shaders. Yeah, so I'm going to do that eventually. I think that's what most people do anyway. So yeah, so that's going to be a 3D coordinate. And so then it's going to actually just be the position. Input dot position. And the reason for that is I'm actually going to change my texture. Where's my graphics? There we go. So I have textured cube vertices. I'm going to actually call this Skybox vertices. So it's really specific to the Skybox, and I don't need any. Actually, probably got to do this one at a time. I don't need any UV information. Oops. That's annoying. There we go. Okay, so now that the textures or the UV coordinates are gone, and I actually want these to all be 1. So I'm gonna, you know what, do it faster this way. And yeah, so I want to set these to 1, and now that I think about it, I actually want to go backwards, because I'm going to be looking from the inside of the cube, right? So I don't want to cull the back face in this case. I want the front face. I don't know, I'm just having trouble putting into words. I want to do everything counterclockwise is what I'm trying to say. So let me flip these around real quick. So that should go there, and then this one goes here, I think. Yep. Yeah. There, and then the last one comes up here. Oops. No, hold on. What did I do? Okay, hope that works. And let me clean this all up a little bit so it's easier to change it later. What is going on? There we go. Okay, so then all of that being done, I want to now delete all of that and put 1. Okay, finally. So that should not change. Actually, that's going to break a bunch of stuff. So that should now be on line 399. Right here. So that's now Skybox vertices. And so now I need to change this. So I'm no longer taking in UV coordinates. And so that's 1 attribute. And the stride is 3 floats. All right, so now I have nothing showing. Why? Oh yeah, this should also be texture cube, I think. Hey, there it is. It's not the right colors. It's all red. That's that one. Oh, yeah, duh. I need to, it's an array. Hey, there it is. And I'm only seeing the inside of the box because they're all rendered counterclockwise, all the vertices. Okay, so that's good. That's what I was hoping to get. And so now what I'm going to do is put it all the way, all the time, no matter what, around my camera. So it'll look kind of something like this. But it won't, yeah, I won't be able to move out of it like that. So now how do I do that? That's a good question. So let's take a look at the shader. So essentially, actually, now that I think about it, I want to change this because I don't care about the position. I'm going to assume that I'm going to, in this case, pretend that the camera is always at 0, 0, 0. When I render everything else, the camera will be somewhere else, but just the Skybox, camera is going to always be in the center. So I don't want the camera's view, I just want the rotation, the orientation of the camera. Camera orientation, and I don't think I can multiply a matrix by that directly, so I want to do quaternion to matrix 4. Hey! Oops. Oh, there we go. All right, it's working. But if you notice in the top right corner, in fact, when I rerun it, yeah, my text is halfway disappearing. And I think that's because I want to, not only do I want the camera to always be in the center, but I want the Skybox to always be the furthest possible thing that I'm rendering. No matter what, there's nothing going to be behind the Skybox ever. Well, I can't say ever, but very, very seldomly. So all I want to do is just use one, which is the W component, for the Z component. So I'm going to do dot XY, so I get the X and Y, and then instead of the Z, I'm going to do W, and then just the W component. And that broke it. What the hell? It's not working. Oh, you know what? I think I got it. I think I know why. The function or the formula I'm using to compare distance. Yeah, this thing. I'm not sure. So the comparison func. So I'm using less. I want to use less equal, I think. Huzzah! Seems to be working. And when I move, I'm pressing WASD, and I think the camera technically is moving, but it's not looking like it's moving in the Skybox because it's always perfectly centered around my camera. Cool. So let's put the game back in and see if it kind of looks in place. Okay. Well, it's not really looking like anything because you only see one face of it, but if I move around, it certainly looks like it's working. I'm pretty cool with that. So really all I'd have to do is change it so that it's not just a one color side for each face. I can put, you know, like an actual cube map, some clouds or whatever. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do. Let me clean up some of the stuff I got, and then I'm going to spend some time trying to do like, I don't know, just to change the pace a little bit, like maybe a cloud thing, like make a Perlin noise texture or something. Yeah, let me see if I can kind of formalize this a little bit. All right, so render game. Oh yeah, I also kind of just did that as a test. I want to go back to the run. There we go. Okay. So I think I'm going to make another struct that wraps a cube, a texture cube. And then just like I have a function here that creates a texture 2D, I'm gonna just kind of do the same thing for a texture cube. Yeah. You know what I want to do? I really hate these CD311 functions. I'd rather just use the regular D311 struct. And I've tried to change this in the past and I failed. But I'm going to try again because I didn't put that much effort into it before. I was just kind of as a footnote. So let me try to build this as like it's the way it's originally intended to be, not using this stupid helper function. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know where I went wrong last time, but let's see. Okay, so that is going to get initialized to nothing. And then so the format is this, right? Oh, no, format's different. Format is, it's this. And then the view dimension is what now? Oh yeah, that's this part. And then, so I want to access its texture 2D SRV. I don't know what SRV stands for. And then that has its own, wait. Oh, no, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's what I want to do. And then dot, and then change the MIP levels, which I think is that. And then the texture 2D dot, most detailed MIP is 0. Oh, it's working. Cool. All right, sweet. So glad I did that. So I'm going to copy all of this and modify it to be a cube, texture cube. So it's going to give you back a texture cube. And so let's see, how do I do this? I'm going to keep it like this. I'm going to assume that you have to keep all the data tightly packed, all 6 textures packed together. I'm going to make it so that the width and height for each one has to be the same, which I'm not sure DirectX might require that anyway. I know OpenGL does, or at least the old versions of OpenGL did. So I'm going to assume that the width and height is just going to be for one face of that, and then the bytes per pixel. Yeah, I'll keep that. You might want 1 bit, not 1 bit, 1 byte texture data. So this means, how did I do it before? I needed 6 of these, right? Yeah, let me just double check. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so sub-resource data, I needed 6 of those. And if we go to... Okay, so create texture cube. And so I need 6 of those. And then for Okay, so how do I do this though? Because this is going to be just a one, just like a double pointer. Actually, no, I could take it in as a double pointer. There we go. Yeah, so then I could just do the same thing as I did earlier. And bytes per pixel times width. Yeah, that should work. And then so we have the texture descriptor, width, height, nip levels. The array size is going to be 6. That should all be kosher. Shader resource. I don't care if it's dynamic. I'm not going to be updating cube maps on the fly, I don't think. Okay, so we got the texture. So all of this stuff is pretty standard. Okay, so this should also be cube. Oops. And that, so should all be. I think that's it. Nope, that's not it. 108. psysmem must have class struct union. Text data. Oh yeah, this would make sense. Wait a minute. Oh wait, 139. So when I'm passing in the texture descriptor, how did I do it earlier? Text data. Yeah, just passing them in straight up. Well, maybe it's not the address, that's what it was. Oh, what? Return cannot convert from text. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There we go. All right, so now I can create texture cube. So let me see if it works if I use that function here. Okay, so I want to make sure I was releasing the data. So here I think I can just say Skybox renderer dot default texture is equal to create texture cube. I want to pass in data. What do I call data? SB text. Swing by 1 and 4 bytes for every pixel. Oh, so I need to send, wait, SB text is a pointer to a pointer, right? Is that how it works? Not convert arg1. That's weird. What if I did this? Does that compute? No. I don't get it. thought a 2D array was the same as like a pointer to a pointer, but apparently I don't understand anything as much as I thought I did. Oh, you know what I could do? I can just say the address of SB text 0, right? Doesn't that work? No. Okay, so what about that? I'm really confused. I forget how pointers work. So this is a 2D array, which is a pointer to a pointer, right? Isn't it? Why don't I just flatten it? Would that still work? Do it again. Okay, so now it shouldn't be a double pointer though. Hold on. Oh, then now it's gonna freak out because this is complicated. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. So double pointer, and come back here. How can I get that? So let me just undo everything a bit faster. What if I just said the address of SB text? That's not gonna work, is it? No. From U8 pointer 64. So it's like really dead set that that is like a something different than a pointer. All right, what if I did this? Oh yeah, so that should also be texture. Texture cubed avoid pointer. Ah, yes. Great. Oh wait, no, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. That's why. There it goes. And it crashes. Probably because of this. Yeah, I feel like the way it's doing the data is probably not right. Let me try that again. So if I look at data here, error reading characters of data. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's take a look at data 0. What does that got to offer? Yeah, that's just a bunch of junk. Okay, so that is really my problem right now. So why am I having so much trouble getting the computer to recognize this as a pointer to a pointer rather than a hard-coded 2D array? Oh, you know what? Let me just do it this way. Wait. So much work, though. Yeah, of course not. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm just going to do it the dumb way. I'm going to use my temp storage buffer and then just copy all that stuff over. Wait, it does have to be... Okay, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flatten it out again and then try to figure it out that way. Okay, so SB text, just a regular... Should be just a regular pointer now, and then if I come down here and change that, so then this is no longer that. This would be right. So this is, let me see, U8 pointer data pointer equals data, and then I want this to equal yeah, so I want this to equal address, no, just data pointer, that's right, data pointer. And then I think every time I just want to increase data pointer by however many things there are. So data pointer plus equals this times height. How does that float your boat? It doesn't. All right, I don't know. Let me try. Oh, I got it. No, I don't got it. I don't get it. All right, but I am losing my patience here, so I think I'm gonna put everything back. Let me put this. Oh no, I'm not doing that. Okay, so got everything back the way it was. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble trying to decipher this as like a pointer to a pointer, but I don't know. I'll figure that out later. So, what time is it? That time. What else do I got? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to make a cube map, like a procedural cube map, like a Skybox thing. But yeah, I'm gonna add it to my to-do list in case I forget. I don't think I'll forget, but that's not really a cleanup. Let's put a bug fix. Fix, create texture cube. All right, so what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? All right, so I'm just gonna make a function here, void static void generate Okay, so I'm gonna make a very basic rudimentary like Skybox generation function that's just gonna do one thing. It's gonna make like a kind of a cloud thing. And then later on I can improve this to really no limit. I guess it's probably gonna end up being its own program at some point. Not part of this, but for now I just want to get something, so so actually it's gonna just give back a cube or a texture cube. And I'm not going to worry about taking any parameters right now. I'm just going to have everything be pretty standard. So let's see, what can I do? So I'm going to make a U8 pointer, no, U8 double array. Data, no. Yeah, it's called data, text data, TC data, there we go, text cube data. And so it's going to be 6, and let's have it. It's 256 times 256. 65536. All right, so it's going to be 6 textures. It's going to be the resolution of the texture, and then cube. And so eventually I'm going to return that. And so for now, I'm just going to fill it in. I'm probably just going to randomize it, make it all a bunch of random stuff. So let me see. TC, let's make a for loop. So that will iterate through each texture, and then I'm gonna make another one. Actually, it'll be a triple nested for loop. You know what, I'm gonna be writing 256 a lot, I feel like. Hold up. Oh, so this is not T size, this is T size times 4, because this is 4 pixels per byte. And so, and then each one is going to go 4 pixels, not 4 pixels, but 4 colors per pixel. So this is J plus T size times, no, J times T size plus, let me parenthesize that, plus K. Okay, so I'm going to actually just make everything blue. Just actually, let's do what is that, cyan or magenta? I don't know what that is. Cyan, I think. So I'm going to do that, and then just to see if this works. Is this being used at all? I don't think so. Okay, so I want to essentially copy all of this stuff. So the pitch is 256 times 4. It's not 256, it's T size. T size times 4, and then I want to put the width and height at T size. Hip levels, array size, that. Okay, does that compile? No, HR. There it goes. Generate procedural Skybox. Okay, so let me try that for my default one and see if that has any effect. Is that not what I called it? This is embarrassing. I don't remember what I just called my function. Generate proceed. Is that how you spell procedural? I thought there was 2 E's in it. No, that's right. Proceed. generate perceived. That's why. Okay, so let's see what effect that has, if any. Can't, yeah, duh. Can't call it before I created it. I'll just throw it way up here at the top. There we go. And we're airing out. It's the same problem as when I was trying to create it before. Something's not right. Oh, you know what? I'm probably, you know, I don't even need to do that. I don't know. Yeah, so I think this is overflowing the stack, and that's why it's airing out right there. So if I said, if I use the temp storage buffer. This is gonna be weird. This is the same problem I was having before. I don't know how to parse this out. Okay, so you know what? I'm not gonna make it so big. I'm just gonna make it 32 right now. I just want to see if I can get this done. So let me undo all that. Okay, so let me just make it 32. Oh wait, this should also be, wait, no, sorry, not 32. 32 by 32 times 4. So what is that? Oh, you know what, that was probably my problem. I wasn't 40 to 96. I wasn't accounting for the 4 bytes per pixel. But anyway, I still want to just get this working. There we go. And I don't have a cube map though. Unless that's cyan. Okay, so at least it's not airing out, but let's see if I can figure out why it's not. Oh wait, no, TC size. Yeah, that should be right. Okay, so let me go back up to here. Actually, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like a weird debug experiment here. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to do that. In fact, I don't even know what I was thinking. so j times 32 plus k. Yeah, it should be right, I think. Okay, so there it's fine. So what's the difference between here and when I get it from there? So Skybox, render. Okay, so here it's just 0, so it's not even getting anything. So that means the problem is not here, it's in the actual function here. So why? Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so there, it does get set to something, but then when I return it, for some reason, oh no, it is something there. Oh, I must have been looking at current texture then. Jeez, such a bad debugger. Yeah, okay, so it does have a memory address there. So why is it not working? What's wrong? Okay, so it's just gotta be the way I'm doing the math here, or the logic. This is not, I don't know, I really should just spend more time and like write this down and think about it, but I just throw code on the screen and hope for the best. That's my forte. Different. Oh, that's supposed to be +4, I mean times 4, not plus. Shazam, there we go. Is that what I wanted though? What is this? That is not what I wanted actually. It should be everything blue. So am I skipping stuff? J times T size. Okay. 2J. Why? Why is it? I mean, it looks cool, but it's not right. What if I made it all black? Nope. No change. So this really is having no effect. Whole Y now. R, G, B, A. Width is T size, height is T size. Let me do this here. Six, 1, 4, 4. So it is going, wait, that's not right. T size is 32. 32 times 32 times 4, 4096. 4096. So that's T size. And that's oh, okay, wait, hold on. This should be for each face. So then, I'll still do it here. Still 6144, did I not recompile it? Oh, okay, 1024. Okay, so I'm not getting nearly enough pixels. Why am I not getting enough pixels? 32. Oh, wait, no, because it's supposed to be, no, so it is working. Plus equals 4. Yeah, 4096. Okay, so I am filling in all the pixels. It's just they're not being rendered correctly. Why? So what's different between what I got here and what I got way down here? Oh, wait. No, never mind. Still got this thing going on. I thought I got rid of that. Syntax error, missing semicolon before identifier. What am I missing? 58. Undeclared identifier. Oh, that'll do it. All right, that did nothing. What's wrong? Every time I start something, I get it going, and then I hit a brick wall. It's okay. It's all part of the process. I'm still having fun. Oh, you know what? The alpha has to be. What? It did something. I'm really confused right now. So if I make everything white, it's just the same part of the texture. I don't know, I'm getting tired. I think I'm gonna break here and then tackle it next time, just like I do every other time with a fresh brain. So I'm gonna go ahead and just save it. Progress on Skybox. Git push. All right, I'm out. See you next time. Thank you.